Hello and welcome to Friday's Look Around. Your weekend starts here with us. Mobility may be a problem for Benita Davis these days, but some of the world's best-known credit card companies have certainly had a problem keeping up with her. Between 2003 and 2004, Benita Davis used the name of a relative of her dead husband to obtain a clutch of these, and then embarked on a spending spree amounting to tens of thousands of pounds. She wasn't so much a godfather of crime as the grandmother of Cumbrian fraud. Happy and content. This is Ozturk Kazmas, a citizen of Scotland for the last 10 years, married with a young daughter. 7:30 Monday morning, a blue van containing immigration officers pulls up at this house in Eastriggs. The officers have a battering ram. They approach this door, but Ozturk opens it. The officers go in, they handcuff Ozturk and keep his wife and daughter, his daughter who's 2 years old and was born in Dumfries, upstairs. Ozturk is then led away and taken to a detention centre in South Lanarkshire. Treatment, his family say, was totally unjustified. Could you believe this was happening?
I can't believe that. I have never believed that. This is Aisha's room. I just tied up. Is somebody's, home office just picked them up, kids here, and take away. Because any 2 years kids, stranging people left them up. Of course, fright. No mom, no mommy, no daddy. It's fright. Kids fright, shouting.
I've run over my wife.
It's called the Croft, yeah?
It's the Croft, it's the farm.
What's the problem there? Just tell me exactly what's happened.
I've run over my wife. We've been feeding the cows, and one of the cows must have knocked her, and I've run over her.
The voice of Robert Andrew Wilson, a man who enjoyed exotic holidays, racehorses, fine wine and food, but was almost £100,000 in debt. A man who professed undying love to his wife, but thought nothing of jumping into bed with other women. It was hard to keep track of the amount of lies that Robert Wilson told here at Carlisle Crown Court to Court 3 as his weeks of evidence unfolded. But right from the start, his defence team had made no bones about the fact that their client had a tenuous hold on the truth. But did being a liar make him a killer?
Yes, well, it's National Poetry Day, and across our region, events have been held to celebrate this in the form of wordsmithery. But what actually makes a good poem then, Jonathan?
Wrong person to ask, I'm afraid. Well, two of the region's top poets were at Carlisle Library today, offering help and advice to anyone who fancied having a bash at putting pen to paper. So I popped along with my very own offering. William Wordsworth and Robbie Burns, two of the greatest poets ever, and both from our region. So how good is the current population when it's time to rhyme? Now, poetry, it's often seen as a form of literacy that's for the elite. Would you agree with that?
No, of course I wouldn't agree with that. There's a lot of different ways of writing poetry, and there's a lot of different performers out there, and there's a lot of different books. I worked for an organisation for 4 years that organised live events, and we had audiences of 60, 70 people coming to events. So I think it still is very popular.
A dozen or so people turned out to get some tips from Kath and Elizabeth, but none were brave enough to share their private scribblings. I was a bit nervous, though, because the one I'd composed rhymed, unlike the ones being recited by the two professionals.
Gogglebox, I watch you from my chair. You show me lots of things, but do you know I'm there? Investing all my hours, spending all my time. What's in this relationship for me? Except a saw behind me sits the cat. He likes to watch cartoons, especially Tom and Jerry, and anything that lampoons people, rats and mice, and elephants too. He's not so keen on Basil Brush or Scooby-Doo. Me, I like the news from Hawick to Carlisle, current affairs and sport and things to make you smile. You give me lots of info, lots of sights, lots of sounds. I know what's happening where I live. It's like being on Look Around. So in answer to my question, do you know I'm there? I think the answer is yes, you really care.
So, ladies, what do you think then?
It's not bad for a first attempt.
A great beginning and great ending. I like the start and the finish of it.
Jonathan, you're brilliant.
Thank you very much for that,
brilliant.
Helen. I'm in the mood now, so I've written one especially for the cameramen at Border TV.
Oh,
it's called
God,
Cameramen. Mumble grumble, cough and wheeze. Why are cameramen so hard to please?
So very true. Excellent. Well done, you. Now,
Thank you.
will the weather make us sad or merry?
Let's get the answer. Here's our Kerry.
Oh, God.